Go do an endless run? No, we don't have the team for that. I'm not going to do an endless run until we have a quality team of level 6 guys with max skills, armor, and equipment. We're just not. Stagecoach? Really could use somebody to... You know what? Jubert, adventurer occultists. You suck, but you could heal this team. And you're completely disposable. All of these people are completely disposable, with the exception of Jar Jar, and I think we'll all agree Jar Jar actually pretty fucking disposable. Okay, Chad, here's your challenge.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
We need the names of 3 ultimately disposable Star Wars characters. Like Bertrand here, this is Newt Gunray, without a doubt. I think it was Newt Gunray? Or was it G and U? You know what? I think it was G and UT, like Newt Gunray. Let me know if I spelled that right, Chad. So we got Newt Gunray, because he is worthless and disposable. Jar Jar Binks, worthless and disposable. I mean, we already have Rose Tico, so we can't go down that well again. But what other complete throw? Oh, okay, so we got a Flagellant, who's ultimately worthless and disposable. So this is like Biggs Darklighter. Who else can we just throw on a trash heap? These guys should just be named Stormtroopers and given numbers. I like the Stormtrooper number thing. That's actually a really good idea. You know what? Maybe we save... Biggs was disposable. Newt Gunray was disposable. Who else could just, like, appears in one scene and is never seen again? Jango Fett. We already got Jango. And he's not that disposable. I mean, he has dialogue, at least. General Maximilian Veers. I'm tempted to name this guy... Oh, you know what? It's got to be done. What was his first name? Hey, what was Leia's dad's first name? Organa, something Organa. What was his first name? Help me out here, chat. That really wants Maximilian Veers. I'm not naming him Maximilian Veers because I don't think it'll fit. What was Leia's dad's first name? Jimmy Smits. Because this guy actually kind of looks like Jimmy Smits and is also totally disposable. Boss Nass was pretty useless. Bail Organa. That's it. Thank you. I mean, he kind of looks like Jimmy Smits a little bit. Viceroy Bail Prester Organa. Yep, that's the one. All right, so there we go. Bail Organa. Let's take Team Garbage down into the dungeon. We should at least give them not necessarily the right skills, but useful skills. We're going to go have them bang on a boss. We don't need marking synergies, so rather than marking, we'll take Weakening Curse, because it's pretty good, actually. And then Weird Reconstruction. Newt Gunray, you have almost every skill I like, except for that one. Fortifying Vapors is pretty good. Not good enough to actually take, but still pretty good. Biggs Darklighter has... Let's switch you for Reign of Sorrows. And then Jar Jar, we know you're fine, because you're... I mean, you are an abomination, but you know what? You're my abomination. Let's go beat up a boss. One of these shit bosses down in either the Cove or Warrens. This team would actually not fare terribly against the Inchoate Flesh. Jar Jar and Biggs would do okay, I think. We fling a Newt Gunray into that pile, and maybe we've got something we can make work. This is fine. It's a level 1 Inchoate Flesh, so we're not really going to have like a super difficult time. That's actually too much food. I'm only going to take 2 shovels. That's probably more than we need. 14 torches. Anything else? Grab a couple bandages. Maybe one more anti-venom. A medicinal herb. That's good enough. We're good. Let's go.
My zeal for
the Inchoate Flesh level 1, we're not... He's not really going to pose much of a stumbling block.
incredibly
guys who have all
failure
level 3 armor and skills.
disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus
Level 1
of
abomination
wasted
is bad
flesh
unless
had
you're okay
become
with transforming him. We'll
burdensome.
probably just transform him, because most of these guys are getting fired at the end of the mission anyway. Taking a garbage team and hurling them
The
down
thing
a
is more
garbage heap.
terrible than I can describe.
Down to
An
2 blood. Yep,
incoherent
it's a
jumble
problem.
of organ, sinew, and bone.
Don't talk to me about your incoherent jumble of bone. Stop talking about your penis. But it's just an incoherent jumble of bone. Well, I'm sorry that you suffered savage genital trauma, Wayne June, but how is that my fault?
If only treasure could
I'm not the
staunch
one that
flow
told
of
you to take up bicycling and
otherworldly
you squashed your perineum, and now instead of a healthy, functional excretory tract, you have just a mangled jumble of organ and bone. I told you to get one of those seats with the space thing in it so that it doesn't quash your taint. But you didn't listen. I can't save you from yourself, Wayne. I guess we'll take the food. Now we have like 40 times more food than we can ever possibly eat. Burn a couple
As the
torches,
light
go
gains
get this
purchase,
fight on.
spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I think we go for the stun initially. We also forgot to equip trinkets, chat. Not that it's going to matter, because this is a low-level mission and we're way overpowered for it. Still pretty dumb. Swine Slasher resisted my bleed. Perfect.
Impressive.
It wasn't that impressive, Wayne. We also need this abomination out of rank 1. Like, yeah, definitively. Well, let's go ahead and transform him for this fight, and we'll shuffle it the next time. We need abomination in rank 2.
Another one falls.
Acceptable output, however. Little butcher's cut. All right. We don't care about Team Garbage's stress either. That's the other nice thing. Jar Jar. Give him a big rake.
Broken.
Nice.
Maintain the offensive.
Stick to bleed. Don't even need to stick to bleed. Home Slice is already dead. Biggs Darklighter's getting puked on. Biggs, no! Actually, we could have sacrificial stabbed that man. I guess it doesn't really matter. He's dead either way.
Give them no quarter.
There we go. Hey, free blood and valuables. Nice work, team. Well, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all, though. What I wanted to do was this. There we go. Nice work, gentlemen. All right. Oh, there's a curio in here. Here, Biggs, you touch it. Leftovers from a previous dinner. Man, they really want us to have a hearty meal. I got a feeling like we're going to our own doom, and they're like, no, enjoy your last meal. Don't. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, Newt Gunray. You're going to be dead in 10 minutes anyway when those Jedi get to the bridge, and all the droidicas in the world aren't going to save you. I really want to meet the person who named those little roly-poly robots droidicas, by the way. That's the stupidest fucking product name you could have possibly given them. Let's create a product, like some kind of defense robot, say, and then let's give it the stupidest sounding name we can imagine so that no one will ever be intimidated by it. Maybe we call them, I don't know, droidicas? That doesn't sound dangerous at all. They actually sound kind of fun. Like maybe they're this year's hot Christmas item, like a Furby or something.
These nightmarish
Check out
creatures
this,
can be
Jess.
felled. They can be beaten.
I mean, we know they can be beaten, Wayne. We've been beating the holy living shit out of them the entire
A blazing
time.
star is born.
Well, we had no chance to go around this fight. We're gonna go... No, never touch books, though. Worst thing ever. Even antiquarians probably shouldn't touch books.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Yes, the path is clear. Thank
Require
you.
only the strength to
Who
follow.
can disarm a trap? Anybody? I mean, you're okay at it, Newt Gunray. It's a trap! Thanks, Admiral Akbar.
Are the exception.
Newt Gunray was the Admiral Akbar that we never knew we were missing in the prequels. Who to kill? You know, Reign of Sorrows actually does really good damage. Because it's 3 and then also a big bleed. So, like, if we do that, hit this and then stick the blights, those guys are dead. Damn it, 1 health left, you bastard. Clever girl.
The slow death.
You not so clever, though.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Maybe stab this man in the face.
Another abomination.
Bail Organa knows how to wield a blade. Maybe whip this man in the face with a chain. When a pigman comes along, you must whip him. Get out your chain and you whip him. You whip him in the face. You guys are all sorts of dead, though. Just go ahead and keel over if you would. No? All right. I mean, I can go full Devo mode on you again. When a pigman comes along, you must whip him. Right in his stupid face, you must whip him. Now whip him in the face. Go forward. Move ahead. It's not too late to whip it. Whip that pig.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Pork chop sandwiches. How about a nice greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray? Nope, Newt Gunray. The man has never met a trap he didn't want to detonate face first. This ain't Jedi. What are we supposed to do against Jedi? I don't know. Yeah, okay, here's a question, Chad, about the whole Star Wars oeuvre while we're on the subject. Newt Gunray was super terrified when the Jedi Council sent Jedi to conduct what should have been a fairly above-board and normal trade dispute. Like, that was their whole thing. They're like, could you reconcile this trade dispute? They're like, yeah, we'll send some Jedi mediators. They'll take care of it. Newt Gunray loses his fucking mind that the Jedi are there to kill him. But later, we see that Jedi can get murdered by basically anybody, right? Like, Order 66 or whatever goes down, and the Jedi are just getting gutted like fish. Plo Koon gets shot out of the sky. Adi Gaia gets shotgunned in the back by like 4 billion dudes. Like, Jedi are nothing special. They're just a bunch of chumps. Why did Newt Gunray give a shit? He had a droid army. He should have just been like, oh, the Jedi are going to be like, we'll get like 500 or 600 droids and just go down there and fucking shoot them in the face. We don't have to try and lure them into a trap and poison them or send some roly-poly balls at them. Just send a whole army of droids, and when they get off the ship, shoot them a bunch, and that's it. It's end of story. Jedi are fucking dead. We win. I feel like Newt Gunray maybe overreacted a little. So are you one monster or many? Because you're like many monsters, but you have an aggregate health total. So if I debuff you, do I debuff an individual? You know what? I bet we would still apply a debuff to an individual because the bleeds are applied individually. Meanwhile, we're going to put a lot of ticking damage on these dudes. Don't undulating invade Newt Gunray. You know what? Never mind. Go ahead. A sanguine stroke. Pretty sure you're fighting Zerg Creep, Pete. We could probably go ahead and transform. Yep. Worth it. Start walking these sanguine stroke dudes. We don't really care about the stress. Aggregate damage is really what we're here for. He grew a face! Well, that's not going to help you. The AoE bleed is too good. We're getting huge damage per tick from these bleeds and blights. Anything we can do with AoE here is going to be fantastic, especially when it's an AoE status effect. The actual punching damage is not so good, but this is doing solid work. We're doing 26 damage around just by getting these two men to go, and we're only going to ramp that up. More blight. I mean, you can hit me all you want. It doesn't even matter at this point. Go ahead, Bone Zephyr me. See what I care. Didn't even do anything. When a problem comes along. I'm telling you, when a pig man comes along, chat, you just whip it in the face. So you guys are taking 22 damage a tick. All we really have to do is wait for you guys to take a turn, and you're just going to flat out drop dead. We can speed that along a little bit. It doesn't matter how much damage you guys can resist. You're not resistant to blights and bleeds, so see you in hell. We actually have enough ticking damage on you, I think, to kill you twice.
Given the implications of its terrible existence.
You're fighting John Carpenter's The Thing. I honestly think that microwave bubblegum would have put up a more, like a little stiffer resistance. We kicked the shit out of that guy. We got the food. May as well take advantage of the camp, get what stress relief we can, and then we can always just drive these guys right back into another dungeon if we want. Anybody come out with this with a disease or anything? Here, you got the blight. Do that. It's fine. The cure, self-medicate, does give you a little stress. All right. What else can we do for some stress relief? Got an encourage. Can you... Yeah, self-only. Lash the Solace. Do that. Anybody else got encourage? Nope. Well, anger management. Nah, that's bad. Psych up. Don't need it. Eldritch blood. No use. I guess encourage our plague doctor. We got one time left. The only thing we can do with that is abandon hope, and we don't wish to abandon hope. Let's just rest and bail. Alright, we had nothing to prevent a nighttime ambush, but even with the shuffle, I feel like we're in pretty solid shape here. Well, we were till Bail Organa decided to shit it down his leg, and then, you know, less good. Well, there goes all that stress. We'll probably get a disease. Could have cured that disease had that happened, you know, post... God damn. Fucking darkest dungeon. Piece of shit. Just don't critical me a bunch. That's really all I care about.
Masterfully executed.
That and whipping pigmen. When a pigman comes along, you must whip him. In his stupid face, you must whip him. Now whip him. In the face. I'm telling you, I feel like Devo maybe missed an opportunity by not making the song Whip It about beating pigmen in the face with a chain. It was a hit for him, but think how much bigger it could have been if it had just been about hitting monstrous pigmen in the face with a chain. So much better.
A faint hope blossoms.
Well, I mean, I was faintly hopeful about getting out of this mission without needing stress relief or anything, but that hope has definitely died.
On its own.
Now we're out of the dungeon. Got a little extra gold out of the deal, so I suppose it's not all bad. Oh, we actually picked up a... You know what? That's a pretty decent little bounty hunter trinket. Plus 25% damage for a small penalty to move skill chance or stun skill chance. It's not fantastic, but in an appropriate place. It's got its moments. A little bit of Resolve EXP. That's unfortunate because, well, one, Jar Jar's a nervous bleeder. But two, Jar Jar is actually out of Team Disposable. We're going to have to find a new disposable guy to put into Team Disposable and then dispose of. Bounty Hunter is a meh class. I like Bounty Hunters. Max Rebo's thirsting for the blood. Zam Wessel drank a vial of the blood and their thirst is slaked. Fantastic. Could you guys lay off of the blood, though? Seriously. Becoming a problem. We should take Han Solo and Shmi Skywalker and put them in for some stress relief. Han, what will you do? Well, you're a bad gambler, you're a bad healer, you're a known cheat. You're a bad gambler and a known cheat, and both of those are locked in. I actually really like the fact that not only do you suck at gambling, but are not allowed to do it. Apparently, the casino just felt sorry for Han Solo, and they're like, sir, I'm sorry, we just can't take your money anymore. Guess it doesn't really matter what you do. Solo, let's send you to the cantina, and never mind, I was going to have you go drink your troubles away, but taken. Well, brothel it is then. Good God, you're fucking expensive to send to the whorehouse. We should have sent that handsome Dash Rendar. I feel like he'd be cheaper. Spasm in the entrails and ennui. Those are... You know, we can cure those with maybe we'll send you on a mission with the Plague Doctor and try to cure those rather than paying for it. In the meantime, you will only drink and can't drink because the... Well, fuck me, I guess. Let's get rid of... You know what? I don't really want to pay to get rid of either of these. I want to get rid of your affliction, but you will only drink, and the goddamn caretaker is always in the bar. Captain Phasma, didn't you have some kind of terrible disease? Bad humors? Somebody got a quirk that we definitely wanted to get rid of. Was it Dash Rendar? Nope. Was it Han Solo? When we fought the birds, somebody got a really, really bad trait that we wanted to get rid of. Ashen, Nocturnal is bad, but not that bad. Boba Fett, was it you? Nope. Who was that person that got the terrible, terrible trait that we wanted to get rid of? Ah, was it you with Nervous Bleeder? Yes. It was Luke Skywalker and his nervous bleeding. Let's get rid of that one. Just because Luke is so frequently going to be bleeding, it's got to go. Also, what does anemic do? Is that like a penalty? Yeah, you're like a penalty to bleeders, and we don't care about that. And then we got to go find another disposable member for Team Disposable. We got Biggs, Newt Gunray, Bail Organa. We don't need a healer. Grave Robber, well, not at rank 0. We could go double Plague Doctor? It could work. What do we got to fight? Is it the Sodden Crew? It is the Sodden Crew. I think the Sodden Crew is fairly blight resistant, if I recall. So maybe double Plague Doctor ain't the greatest idea. But then again, Team Disposable is disposable. If nothing else, they're... You know what? Yeah, they're disposable.
What better
we can maybe make do with a
bad
bad team.
Battlefield.
Team Trash with a capital T. Okay, so we need a name for this guy. All of your guys have terrible shit because you're too poor to lock and or remove things. I don't really care about quirks that much. Like, in general, they don't really matter that much. What are we going to do with the level 3 Vestal? Do we need one for something? Because we got Padme. I'm not sure what we'd have them do. I guess we could throw him in a team with Rose Tico and have him like go try and pick up swag, but we could probably have Bail Organa do that. All things considered, he's not that terrible. Small penalty to his range skills, but he's turned out to be okay-ish. Do you have a Greedo? Oh, that's good, chat. Good call, Mighty Patapon. Sweet. Yeah, this is Greedo. Do you guys know that he shot first, actually? Little known fact. Greedo, yeah, he pulled the trigger first. One more mission, maybe, chat? Okay, yeah, let's take Team Trash Team into a dungeon and get them taken care of. Alright, Team Trash. First off, unequip all trinkets and sort them by rarity. Who's got the worst case of the Crimson Curse who isn't wasting? She Palpatine. I'm really tired of feeding Jen Urso. You guys should all be okay. No, never mind. Max Rebo is wasting. Well then, Max Rebo, you're going to get the rat. So you don't die. Porkins, you have craving. All right, Porkins, you get the Ancestor's Vintage so that you don't die. Boba Fett, you're going to have to suffer. Palpatine is craving. Yeah, well, just to make do, Palpatine. I'm sorry. Binks, get the fuck out of here. And I guess we'll put Greedo in slot 2. Plague Grenade does not work out of 2. Blinding Gas does not work out of 2. Incision does. Emboldening Vapors can work from anywhere, and Disorienting Blast can work from anywhere, but is shitty. So maybe we'll move you to slot 2. Ditch Abyssal Artillery for the moment. And give you Hands from the Abyss? Hands from the Abyss lowers our torchlight. I don't like that. But we don't need marks either, so that's not helpful. I guess we'll give you Abyssal Artillery just in the event of a shuffle. And Greedo, we'll get you filtered sort of with our standard kit. Noxious Blast, Plague Grenade. We don't really need 2 people with Battlefield Medicine, now that I think about it. So let's give you... We'll give you Incision. This is acceptable. And Team Trash Team can go probably get killed by the Sodden crew. But again, we do have the power advantage here in that we're a bad team for fighting this dungeon, but we are over-leveled, so all things considered, it should kind of come out in the wash. Grab a couple bandages, one of these, take a holy water. 14 torches. We got food. This is good. Nobody requires blood. We're down to 2. We need a Jabba. Jabba I would not consider disposable.
So I undertook to receive my most curious deliveries by way
There's a
of
difference
marine
between
shipments.
Jabba and Newt Gunray, or
jetty
Jabba
was
and
accessible
Greedo.
by a narrow stone stair off the back of the manor. And a discreet
Honestly, I
system
think
of
you could make the
pulleys
case that
could
Boba
hoist
Fett is
even
more
the heaviest
disposable than
prizes
Jabba.
up the
Jabba
rock
actually
face
had a
from
plot
securely
point
tied
and a
dinghy
use. I
below.
mean, so did Boba Fett, but anybody could have been Jabba's errand boy.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Yeah, you know, I don't really feel that sorry for him, though. If they'd have been sober the night that that ship went down, they wouldn't have had to worry. Oh, good. What a delightful dungeon layout. We have to take a terrible team all the way through the cove to get to the end. I'm super stoked about this. Pelagic Grouper is going to have enough health to not die, so no.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Go ahead and kill him. Start loading up the Noxious Blasts here. That's actually fatal damage on you, so I'm not going to worry about hitting you again. We'll hit your buddy. Maybe... Oh, wait. Well, I mean, with 2 ticks, but we were never getting around to one of those. Bail Organa's probably going to just heal himself. We do have some emergency healing, too. And you know what? The Plague Doctor Occultist team works a little bit better together, simply because they've got the ability... If the Plague Doctor happens to bleed somebody when they hit him with a heal, they've got the ability to actually cure that, and also... They can undo the bleed and also maybe just add a little additional damage onto it. This man is dead, by the way.
This is how a life is taken.
Grab our shit and just keep moving. Let's go. Gotta power through this one. You motherfucker! God damn you, Newt Gunray. You very nearly destroyed us, you piece of shit.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
It's not a wonder
It must be carried home.
that you died in the first film, Newt Gunray. Also, who the hell put a man as stupid as Newt Gunray in charge of any kind of large-scale trade organization? What the hell were they thinking? Is that one of those examples of, like, corporate incompetence where somebody is a complete and totally useless tool, but they're sort of juiced in with the organization, like their dad is the owner, and so they just keep getting kicked upstairs? Be like, man, Newt Gunray, this guy cannot take part in this Jedi negotiation, man. He's gonna fuck up our trade dispute with Naboo. we gotta do something. We gotta get this guy the fuck out of here. And they're like, well, just promote him. He kept getting promoted and getting promoted and getting promoted until finally he got promoted so high when it came time to get him out of the place that he didn't need to be. He was like, nah, I'm actually in charge. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. They're like, no, really, we'd like to promote you. And he's like, no, you know what? No, I'm good. There's actually no upward movement left for me. Any other position I might take at this point is at best a lateral move. This time it's Newt Gunray's turn to shine. I'm going to go negotiate with these Jedi. I'm going to get us a solid concession from the Nabooese Trade Federation. And then 10 minutes later, there they were, sending in a droid army. And they're like, well, this fucking went bad. How did this go south this quickly? And they're like, well, I mean, Newt Gunray, that's how. We don't have brilliant light. We got to kill this thrall, and we got to kill him quick. We also really need to kill this pelagic shaman, and we need to kill him quick as well. He is now dead? Yes, he is dead. We have made no progress on the thrall, however. That's bad. So stab him in the face.
Decimated.
Man, Bail Organa is I mean, like, he's surprisingly handy with the blade. You wouldn't expect him to be this good, but you put a knife in a man's hand, look the fuck out.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
So Newt Gunray started the entire intergalactic war? Well, like, he didn't help. He didn't start it necessarily, but he sure as fuck didn't end it. Pete, he was just a stoolie of Palpatine, was he? Or was Palpatine just taking advantage of an intrinsic weakness in a bad corporate structure? Be like, these Trade Federation guys are idiots. And the people in charge of them are actually even bigger idiots. This is the perfect opportunity.
Reward for a task well performed.
Okay, so Coral is... Eerie Coil is... Eliminate combat debuffs. This gets rid of a negative quirk, I think. So who has a one... you have Risk Taker, which actually I would prefer to keep. Penalty to range skills, not fantastic. Fading sucks. Like, you're gonna go last every time. You have -4 speed by default. That's actually real shitty, Greedo. Is it not funny that Greedo has a negative penalty to speed, though? Flawed release is shit. Clumsy is shit. We're gonna do this with you, then. And we got rid of the one trait we didn't give a single flying fuck about. Go ahead and whip this thrall. Man, Biggs Darklighter is putting down beatdowns. Also, we didn't equip any trinkets again because I just can't be bothered to care for Team Disposable. I'm actually more concerned that Team Disposable might have somebody get killed and lose a trinket that I'm, like, give a shit about, rather than that they just get killed and don't lose any of my valuable trinkets. I'm more comfortable with them being dead than I am having them lose, like, Junia's head or something.
Another one falls.
Bail Organa still handing out serious
Remind
beatdowns.
yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
You know, Wayne June, at some point it stops being overconfidence and it just becomes like a regular measurement of empirical evidence. My confidence at this point has nothing to do with a generalized or otherwise unspecific grasp of my own abilities. At this point, I've played enough Darkest Dungeon, even on this campaign, and so much that I feel that my confidence is based entirely upon knowing what I'm about and executing a plan that's well developed. It's not overconfidence, it's just regular garden variety confidence. This ain't my first rodeo, I guess, is what I'm saying. Are you dead? You're dead. You are also dead because Bail Organa cannot be stopped by any power known to man, or woman, or child, or Rhodian, or Gamoran, Ewok.
Executed with impunity.
Whatever the hell race Darth Maul was. I'm gonna go with Devil Man.
They can be beaten.
That citrine. We need that money. Give me that money, yo. We got to pay them bills. You better have my money. Let's go beat up the Sodden crew. They're gonna be a sullen crew when I'm done with them. Damn it, Newt Gunray. Well, at least you didn't summon your combat robots and get yourself killed, so I suppose there's something to be said for impetuousness. Alright, let's do this. Max our light. In we go, Sodden crew, down they go.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
They had no choice to but build and use the Death Star. I mean, would you want to get within stabbing distance of Bail Organa? You make kind of a valid point, actually. Well, let's hit the Drowned Puller, who is... You guys are not blight resistant at all, really. So let's just start stacking a bunch of blight on you and let it tick out. You guys go fast, so you're going to take ticks of blight faster. Boarding clutch just straight up missed. And I think we hit you with the weakening curse, too. Critical weakening curse got the debuff. Lower damage, lower protection. Another boarding clutch. Big's taking a little bleed. Going to heave to us. Alright, Biggs is debuffed. Biggs, maybe womp that man. Stuck to bleed. Well, Biggs will, on a long enough timeline, get free here. I think in the meantime, we just continue throwing blight at the Sodden crew, although that resist sucks. Oh, their blight resist is way up when these guys are engaged. Well, that's unfortunate. It's actually 70% blight resist in that. Okay, so kill this dude.
Eradicated.
That takes that buff away. It does. Drinking with the dead. Don't mind if I do. Every drink with Bail Organa is a drink with the dead. Better keep chucking that blight. Tempted to weakening curse them again, but honestly I think our best bet is just go ahead and just continue the facial stabbing. Maybe hit them with the bleed too. How are we making ghosts bleed, by the way? That's like the most absurd shit. Watch out, these ghosts can bleed. The Sodden crew is dead. Possibly the next time they take... Yeah, they're dead on their next action. Well, see you in hell.
They are cursed to float forever, deep in the swirling blackness.
That team was shockingly effective against the Sodden crew. So... Seems like we may have overspent a little bit on supplies. And by a little bit, I mean basically the whole way. May as well restore our party order and camp. We still don't have anything to prevent a nighttime ambush, which is unfortunate. But maybe this time we just won't get ambushed. We lash as Solace. Anything else we want to do? We could pep talk, dark strength. I thought one of these... He has an ability that prevents nighttime ambush, but I guess we don't know it. We don't... I mean, pep talk, I suppose. Did one of us have a disease? Maybe we get rid of a disease. I don't think anybody has any diseases. Thinking about, hey, we could ditch a disease, but... Oh, yeah, see, we got the red plague. There you go. Somebody cure that red plague. Here, apply the leeches.
Compassion is a rarity.
There we go. Red plague is cured. Beautiful. Self-medicate? Why not?
A momentary abatement.
No reason to not jam a syringe full of sweet smack right into your eyeballs. If it works for Steven Tyler, it can work for you. And no ambush. So we're walking out of this dungeon with a whole boatload of swag, one dead boss, and less stress than we had when he came in. That's my kind of boss bash right there. Team Disposable has actually proven themselves to be anything but disposable. Okay, I mean, Newt Gunray got the shits. I'm going to assume because he probably had some leftover caviar that he ate past its best buy date. This caviar best by like July 4th, and he ate it on like the 22nd. He's like, it's probably still good.
The man is slave to the beast.
A gibbous
And
moon.
the beast is slave to
Idle
the
abominations gain 1 resolve level. Well, we have no real choice but to leave Jar Jar Binks idle because he's garbage, so I'm totally comfortable with letting this gibbous moon pass. Palpatine's thirsting for the blood. Jyn Erso controlled her urges. Snoke controlled his urges. Look at this shit. Max Rebo drank one of our few vials of remaining blood. Brilliant work. Okay. We got to get Shmi Skywalker in to have her shit removed before the caretaker winds up back in the bar. This guy's got such a vicious cycle of self-destruction. He goes to the bar, gets drunk, then he winds up in the brothel, feels guilty about his actions, goes over to the abbey, finds a little peace through meditation, and then flagellates himself to purge his sins. You need to invest in a more healthy lifestyle, dude. Your self-destructive cycle, I really just can't watch you destroy yourself like this. You're hurting me. Don't want any of those people on our team. I think, actually, maybe this is where we wrap things up. We got a pretty good progress overall. We made a solid start on the Crimson Court down in the courtyard. Team's leveling up nicely. Managed to almost kill that bird. Came out okay. Like, better than we really had any right to, given the team. I think we almost had the right team composition to fight the bird. Maybe we just get, like, next time we go all reposters, and then we take one other person in guard. So we do, like, Dash Rendar, Han Solo, Jack Porkins, and Shmi Skywalker. Maybe that's the team to fight the bird.